Today, I want to talk for a few minutes with the people of the United States and around the world about autumn. Autumn is a feast for all the senses. Smelling and feeling the cool, crisp breeze, seeing all the changing leaves part from the trees, hearing the joyous shrieks of trick-or-treat from dressed-up kids as they collect and then eventually scarf down all that candy they get for Halloween, door to door. Yes, in so many ways, fall is delicious. But I know of another lovely way to make it even more so. It's thrifting time! Welcome. You're watching the Thrift Store Rundown, where we bring Hollywood home on a budget. Today's fireside chat is all about America's Test Kitchen's complete autumn and winter cookbook, featuring over 550 recipes for warming dinners, holiday roasts, seasonal desserts, breads, food gifts, and more. All for $3.99. In my case, as I purchased it secondhand. If you encounter this retail, you're expected to pay $34.99 in the US and $39.99 up north in Canada. Why the FDR fireside chat references? Oh, you'll see. Because the recipes I'm highlighting for today's video stem from the Fireside Dinner Menu, one amidst the myriad of menus that this book gives you at the onset, because with fall comes fall entertaining, and you want to be prepared. So anyway, we got a few recipes in here to highlight, and 4 photographs representing the recipes in this Fireside Dinner, and that is the aforementioned Fireside Cocktail. They give you make-ahead firesides for 4 in here on page 259. We'll get to that. But first, after we go through the menus here, and hey, it's dealer's choice. You can choose any one or several menus, depending on how much entertaining you want to do in the fall, which also includes 3 ways to do Thanksgiving. Traditional for 16, vegetarian is for 8, or do it casual for 4. Plus a guide to their favorite autumn and winter equipment for roasting, braising, baking, handy tools and gadgets to have on hand. And even on-the-go containers and carriers for all those potlucks you'll be attending. And these days you can pretty much find a potluck almost around every corner. Anyway, after all that, we get to the recipes. First up is a creamy chestnut soup, which serves 6. It takes you 1.5 hours. It's also a make-ahead recipe, and they give you directions and such on how to make it ahead, and then reheat it for service. That is a photo right there. And as always, you get the Why This Recipe Works section, which summarizes the recipe development and tasting process. That is your safety cushion, because as you know, their motto is recipes that work. So those sections should prime your taste buds for the adventures that follow in here. Next up, we have pan-roasted chicken breast with root veggies. That serves 4. It takes you 1.25 hours to prepare. Here's the photo right there. You ever notice that the structure with these complete ATK cookbooks, from the summer cookbook, which I got off of Amazon, to this, the complete autumn and winter cookbook, the vegetarian cookbook, cooking for 2, even the complete diabetes cookbook, these complete ones have the same structure. I mean, we got hundreds upon hundreds of recipes, but the photos are all relegated to corners or, sidebars. Oh well. You also see some photos in here that explain step-by-step components that you'll have to put together for more recipe success. Next up is baked wild rice. That serves 4 to 6. Again, 1.25 hours to make. Actually, it's 1.75 hours. That is a make-ahead and vegetarian recipe, so you vegetarians and you vegans, you hardcore plant munchers, you won't be left out of the fun. The variation that's called for the fireside menu is baked wild rice with almonds and cranberries. So here's that variation. Follow the master recipe and then adjust with those ingredients, those directions, you're good to go. Next up, it's the fireside of this fireside menu. Yeah, honk if you love firesides. Why don't we have any more fireside chats on the radio? Heck, we could do them as a podcast online for all I care. We should bring them back. Heck, in some ways, that's the art coming back. But that's just my nostalgic point of view. And I was not a twinkle in anybody's eye when FDR invented the fireside chat. But anyway, if you're listening to a fireside podcast, you might want to whip this up. It makes one cocktail, takes you 10 minutes to do, and it's vegetarian. I think I need to have one right now. Gotta clear my throat. Then again, I don't drink. Oh well, but we gotta stay true to the menu, right? Honorable mention would be Autumn in New England. You see that right there? Autumn in New England. Once again, one serving, 10 minutes, vegetarian. You can't go on. One more. Slow cooker white wine poached pears. That serves 6. It will take you 3 to 4 hours to do. You can also do 2 to 3 hours. That depends respectively on low or high. So yeah, a slow cooker recipe. Get out your best slow cooker, and really, you're in business. So that's it. Soups, stews, chilies, blazes, roasts, weekend and weekday projects, no matter how simple or complex you want them to be, depending on if you're entertaining for a large crowd, or just doing stuff for fun. Whether it's for Thanksgiving, or Halloween, or a special holiday that's not within our immediate realm of knowledge, that you want to whip out your best breads and best food gifts. Oh yeah, it's all in here. Along with nutritional stats for every recipe in here, which is an added bonus. Then again, nutritional stats, well, they're kind of loose. Yes, they're tight and accurate, but come on! We're getting close to proper holiday seasons, so live a little. Anyway, celebrate the season's bounty. When the temperature outside dips, it's time to heat up the kitchen. These cozy recipes, from soul-satisfying soups and simple dinners to slow-simmered weekend projects and soul-stopping layer cakes, will keep you feeling inspired and eating well all season long. You guys know that buying and reviewing and gushing about any America's Test Kitchen cookbook I encounter at a thrift shop or at a Barnes & Noble store for a discount, or even via Amazon, is no new deal to me. So this gets an unsurprising 5 out of 5 claps, because everything's called for in here, including ingredient recommendations for a good many recipe in here. Buying and reviewing this cookbook is one thing. Using it can also be quite a tremendous undertaking. That's because it can be. And if you're an ATK-aholic like I am, it probably will be. That is, if you want the fortunes of autumn and winter to be delicious. Thanks for watching. Check out more TSR by clicking on another awesome review like this one, top left. And be sure to subscribe by clicking top right. Until next time, I'll catch you on the flip side.